Namaskaram, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful meeting you once again and talking to you on the various topics of interest. Today, I would like to cover one more interesting topic, which is extending our various discussions we had in the subject of theory of happiness. So, we have been exploring that what really is the ingredient of the feeling of happiness, which is the most critical aspect of our life. At this point in time, all of us are going through several kind of challenges which we have never faced before, and then very fundamental aspects of life is being challenged, whether we will get back to the old way of living once again. So this is really daunting in everybody's mind, that how are we going to get back to the normal life, so-called the normal life. But if you examine a little more carefully, that even during the time that we have been living life, the so-called life which we said normal, if you trace back a little bit, sit for a while and then sit back and then look at your own life a little bit and do an introspection, whether during those times, whether we were really happy or not, and or whether we were going through the various anxieties of life. So if you do that small bit of introspection, you will notice that we were not really be happy during that time as well. The reason why I'm asking you to do this exercise is, so we felt that the normal life is getting up in the morning and preparing the children to go to school and then rushing them to the school and then carrying on with the daily chores from morning till evening. And we called it as a day, and then we became tired and then we went to bed and then started the life all over again. So we called that so-called kind of a life as normal, and we were always not present in the present moment, feeling good about what are the good things that are happening in our life. But we have been very anxious of what is going to happen tomorrow, and then we need to prepare for our rainy days and so on and so forth. So we went through this so-called life with a lot of anxieties about the future, or plenty of past regrets of life. This should not have happened, that should not have happened, and so on. And then we called that as a normal life, and then weekend came and then we rushed to certain restaurants with the family, and then we had all kind of a food which are not conducive for our good health and so on and so forth. And the weekend came, and then we were thinking, oh my God, the weekend is going to be wonderful, and then it just like that flied off, and then we are back to normal on Monday once again to our routines. And then we called this as a normal life, and then now we are longing that, when that normal life will come. For example, I was traveling all over the world almost 20 days a month, traveling in the taxi or sitting in the airport or sitting in the plane and waiting for the plane to take off and so on and so forth. And now I'm at home and doing a lot of my responsibilities, probably in a more effective manner than ever before. So the so-called review of my own time that I was spending, which is called a busy life. So I'm just trying to looking back that whether that was the normal or this is the normal. So sitting back and doing a bit of introspection, we find that the life situations have changed, and then we have been trying to do almost the same thing that we have been doing before, probably with a different degree of anxiety in our mind. So it's very important to understand that life will keep on rolling like this, one after the other. So few days back, I happened to see the Marcus Aurelius kind of a meditation is the topic on which he has given some of his wisdom. Such of those who may not know, Marcus Aurelius was a king, one of the Roman king, which was a just ruler at that particular point in time, almost 1800 years ago. And all his thoughts have been compiled on a topic called meditation. So one of the rules that he says in his meditation topic is that life will only repeat itself in the same way again and again. What does this really matter? If you look at the sun, for example, it came yesterday and it came the day for yesterday, and then it goes back again in the evening, and then the whole weather is repeating during the course of the year, and the whole thing goes on a cyclic manner. And he was giving an example that during that time, the pandemic, one of the worst pandemic hit the human being was the plague. The plague hit the time and people used to fall dead on the streets, and there was nobody to even clear the bodies, and they used to rot on the roadside, which is at least not, we are not seeing those kind of scenes yet in the current pandemic. So this kind of a pandemic came in several times, then the Ebola came, and then SARS came, and so on and so forth. So what he is saying is that the life is nothing but the same repetition. If you really look at it, we got up in the morning, we did the same thing, went back to bed, and coming back and doing the same thing again. So what is most important is to have this perspective that life is just a cyclic repetition. So Hindu philosophy says that we will all again come back here in this planet and as a reincarnation, and will be carrying on with our own vasanas to forget them in our own way. So what is important is, in the concept of theory of happiness, I thought I will leave this thinking in your mind that it is very important to feel that the happiness is not really in the form of achieving something or possessing an object or having a kind of a relationship, etc. It is really a state of mind that we are cultivating for ourselves, and how we are negotiating with the various life situations. So going forward, I would like to give you some more perspectives. I thought I will leave this thought with you because it's very important at this point in time when most of us are anxious most of the time about the kind of a life that is going to unfold. So kindly remember what Marcus Aurelius said, that life is repetitive in nature. That means even if assuming the vaccines are found for coronavirus, probably another form of virus will come little later, because we have been seeing these kind of situations in our life. Polio was there, and then smallpox was there, and then cholera was there, and there are many aspects which will keep on coming and going. So life situations will always remain the same. What is important is, how are we making ourselves bulletproof to negotiate with the different kind of life situation is most important. Before I conclude, I just want to share one of the thoughts Sadhguru mentioned in one of his videos. We pray Lord Rama and many of those Buddha and many other people, and if you really look at their own personal life, it has not been a very great successful life, because if you look at Lord Rama's life, is not that a great one, because he has to go to the forest and then live there twice in his life, and he fought with his own children without knowing they are his own children and about to kill them. That's what I hear from the story. So in his own lifetime, it was not a very great, successful, wonderful, successful life as we define what success in life is all about. Rama did not achieve anything like what Steve Jobs have achieved or any other richest man in the world has achieved. Similarly, we have Jesus Christ who lived almost 37 years in the human form, and it was a very torturous life for him, and he was crucified and so on and so forth. So if you look at these people who have lived several thousands of years ago, but still we remember them and we worship them. The reason why we worship them is not because they were successful in their life. We worship them because of the way in which they negotiated life. That means the life situation remaining the same. How we are negotiating with the life situation is the most critical aspect. So that means if we really are looking for a very peaceful kind of a life henceforth, it's more than expecting any external things to happen your way. It is very important to cultivate that how do we respond to the external situation. I hope that this insight must have been a bit of help to you, and look forward to share many more such thoughts with you in the coming sessions. Thank you very much for patient listening. God bless you. Take care.